Sarah and the Dinosaur is a wonderful, inspiring tale of a woman dealing with cancer, and I think that we all know, either we've dealt with it or we know someone who's dealing with it, and it's funny, not in a ba-dum-ching kind of way, but it's funny. It will move you. It's bring a hanky along. But it'll ultimately, I think, leave you inspired about life. I was really taken by the characters. I think that I really loved the character of Sarah and how honest she was, how well she was written, and how real she seemed. And it wasn't a cliche dealing with issues around her, with her cancer, with the relationship with her parents, or anything like that. I think that that's what really grabbed me first. The concept of cancer being represented by a guy in a dinosaur costume, like Barney. Like, I think that was really funny to me, but not in an insulting way. A really interesting. It made me want to dig deeper into the play and get to know these people.
It is an evening extravaganza of Christmas fun. So within that evening, you're going to get the production of a play called Nativity on the Square by Tom Long. And you will also get some live music by our dear friend Carla Adolph, as well as some spoken word and some Christmas narration. I think it's going to be a really lovely evening of it's going to be thoughtful, but there's some really, really funny moments in there. You're going to meet a homeless lady who stumbles upon a creche scene in the inner city. And some of the characters of that nativity set actually come to life and talk to her. Now, those nativity characters are a little unsure actually who they are and why they're there. And so actually this lady sort of helps them figure out their identity and perhaps their purpose. I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of most Christmas productions because the story has been told so many ways, so many times. It's hard to find a new angle for Christmas, right? For the birth of baby Jesus. And this is, in many ways, it's a simple story, but it's, when you lean in a bit, it's got lots of layers to it. And it made me sort of look at this character who I perhaps would have passed judgment on. If I met this character on the street, I undoubtedly would pass some judgment. But I get a chance to actually interact with her and hear a bit of her story as to how she ended up where she ended up, and even what her relationship is to this baby in the manger, or the manager, as she calls it.
Shadowlands is a fantastic play. It's a story of theory versus lived experience. C.S. Lewis is one of the great intellectuals of our time. Has had a profound influence on many people, and a great thinker, a great intellectual. And what we see in the story of Shadowlands is him having to discover if what he thinks in his head is actually true when you have to live it out. So it's a story of pain and suffering, but it's also a story of love. And I think one of the magical things about the story is that sometimes who you fall in love with takes you by complete surprise. And so I think those who believe in the power of love and the mystical nature of love are going to find a lot to like about the show. I think the idea of pain and suffering is one that people have talked about forever and still debate about and still wrestle with how, if God exists, then how can he allow pain and suffering? And C.S. Lewis had that really sort of neatly wrapped up and explains it in a way, but then he has to actually live through some pain and suffering and figure out, does he still believe in God? And I think that's a journey that we all can relate to, that we all have to go on, and for me as well, I have to wrestle with that all the time.
Well, I'm sorry I can't be with you in person tonight, but I will be there in October to do The Amish Project by Jessica Dickey. I feel so honored that I'm going to be a part of your season, and I look forward to meeting you all. Val and I have been talking through the internet and Skyping, and she is a really sharp artistic director. You guys are really lucky to have her. I wanted to tell you a little bit about The Amish Project. It's written by Jessica Dickey, who is an actress who actually wrote the play for herself to do as a one-woman show. She is a very hot up-and-coming playwright. She just wrote a play for Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. called The Guard. Her stuff is wickedly funny, touches on a lot of subjects that are difficult to talk about, but she does it with redemption and pathos and humor, and I think you're going to really enjoy her play. The play is about an actual event that happened in Pennsylvania in 2006, and even though it's been fictionalized, it's full of truth. A lot of the characters are based on real people. And I just feel really lucky to bring it to you. And like I said, I'll see you in October. I look forward to meeting you all and sharing The Amish Project.